talking to you. And as we have our coffee, our tea, our Milo, boss is talking to us. And that is even before we step, what are you doing? And these are very key questions, because the Buddha said, if we want to be really happy, we must be there. At that moment, wholeheartedly, totally. Eating, if we are eating, work, if we are working, and if we are walking, we must be there to do those activities without our minds wandering off, to be with other people, to do other things, and be at other places. A key example, which I also like to give is, as the talk progresses, very often on the Sunday, the minds of those people who listen, if I go on too long, they will start thinking about lunch. So they are not with me in the talk. They are thinking about lunch. What shall I have for lunch? Where can I go? Who can I eat it with? So they are not present with me. The body is there, but the mind, is there. So that makes for a disconnect. That means we are disconnected. Our body is there, but our minds are not there. So, as Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh was talking about in the previous talks, because body and mind are not together, we have suffering. We are not able to do the things that we want to do without all the other thoughts becoming involved. The key to happiness, the key to having a very worthwhile life, according to the Buddha's teachings, is actually to be at the place that you are. Wherever the body is, the mind should be there. Then we have So for today's final sharing or talk, what I'd like to do is to go through many of the important practical aspects. I wanted to go through the practice of this mindfulness, but there are so many ideas that I wanted to share, so many things to understand about the practice of mindfulness, that really our body together in one place, so that whatever the body is doing, the mind can be there. And that is very, 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 very useful, in that we don't get into accidents. Meaning to say, you may be walking on the road, but if your mind is not there, you will trip, you will run into people, you will bump into people. Or if you are not there, you will go to the wrong place. So it is important for us to be there where we are. For many, many reasons. And I will share to you the reasons. I didn't quite go through the benefits of the practice of mindfulness in the last talk. So in this talk, I will expand upon that. And hopefully we can find about 10 minutes at the end of this talk to do some practical mindfulness exercises. Next, please. Yes. Can you see the slides big enough? I see them. That would be very good. Thank you. So, it is considered by many of the meditation teachers, yeah, especially nowadays in the West. I mentioned all these new age mindfulness teachers say we have to be alive in our life. Very often, yeah, we see many people, they are living their life in the automatic mode. That means to say they are going about with their lives, not really being in control. They quickly, they have their life not really stop at that point in life to really appreciate what I had in my life. Yeah, I didn't notice many things. You just go through one thing after another thing, and then before you know it, it's one I realized that I had been rushing. And so I've tried to find a way, yeah, to really be fully alive, yeah, in my life. So this is the promise. This is the benefit of practicing mindfulness. We are there where we are living, yeah, to be totally alive in our life. So I like to again use this simile of the cinema, of us watching the movie in the cinema. We are so much concerned with the things that we have to do that it is like, yeah, we go to a cinema and we watch the movie on the screen. And whatever it is on the screen is our life. And once in a while, somebody in that audience, in that crowd, will have the good idea of standing up and looking behind. And then they are realizing that they are watching a movie. And then we start the process of noticing, of actually waking up rather than dreaming. Yeah, so this is a very important example for us to take a note of. Yeah, whatever we are rushing through in our lives is that movie. To be sure, to be able to see, yeah, what is it that our lives, yeah, are actually consisting of. Next, please. And here I like to contrast, yeah, make the distinction, the difference between in the moment, yeah, that is being taught by many Western teachers of mindfulness, the true mindfulness and awareness. This dog that you see here in the picture, the dog is in the moment. In the dog's attention, there is more than the little ball that is bouncing there. This dog is really there in the moment. And he is zoomed in full attention of the little ball. So he is in the moment. But is he mindful and aware? Actually, no. So now what we are trying to do is to actually apply that understanding of what is happening in our lives with mindfulness and awareness, so that we can understand ourselves, who we are, how do we think, yeah, how do we operate in mind and body. Next, please. So the question is, how well do we know ourselves? So very often is, as I said, we go through life without understanding ourselves. And then because of this, we do not know the full value of our lives. Our life here as a human being has a lot of value, has a lot of benefit, but we do not know how to live it. Yeah, we just know we got to earn a living. We got to go from one year to the other. We got to celebrate one Chinese New Year and then another Chinese New Year. Yeah, and we celebrate the Chinese New Year without really thinking what is the important thing, yeah, about the Chinese New Year. Recently, we just finished the Chat Yi, Yeah, it was just another celebration, another event, or another festival that came and went. Yeah, we didn't go into it deeply in an awakened mode. Yeah, we did not stand up and take a look of the movie that was playing in front of us. So this is the practice, yeah, of us waking up to really understand the true nature, yeah, of our lives. Next, please. So to know who we are, and this is important because, as I mentioned right at the beginning, our relationship, what we need to cultivate is our relationship with the reality of our life. Yeah, not with some creator out there, yeah, that we do not know. It is to really understand who we are, what is the nature of this life. Many human beings have come and gone, not considering this. They are so concerned with their life, they did not take the time off, or they did not have the opportunity to consider who are we really. Important consideration. So to know who we are, we must face ourselves. And in this practice of mindfulness, we must know what is happening in our minds, what is happening in our body. So we are truly facing ourselves. Many people who do not understand the nature of this practice, yeah, of us, sometimes we do the formal meditation of sitting down, closing our eyes, sometimes half closing our eyes, or 1 hour. Those who do not understand think that we are dreaming, think that we are taking time off to escape from the world. In actual fact, we are not escaping from the world. We are meeting ourselves head on. We want to understand who we are, total package. There are things inside our minds that do not make us comfortable. But the nature of mindfulness is, I want to know what makes us comfortable and what doesn't make us comfortable. So we are being very, very brave. We are taking this opportunity to see the good side as well as the unpleasant side of our personalities. We are really actually not taking, yeah, a break. We are not running off. We are not escaping from our lives, but we are truly facing ourselves head on. Yeah. To really, really know. We are not running away. Many people, you are not with yourself. You pass out somewhere. And this is an opportunity not to be with ourselves. Many people, when you leave them alone to be with themselves, they are not comfortable because they have to contend with, they have to look at all these ideas and opinions and thoughts that are coming out from their minds, and they do not like that. But for us who are learning to understand who we are, we go head on. We are not escaping, that our thoughts do not catch up with us. So this mind, their thoughts, they go and eat. Chinese people are very famous for that. Oh, I don't feel happy today. What do? Find something to eat. When you are eating, you are indulging in the senses. Eat this, eat that. Very interesting. We escape. We run away from the true questions that we have to face. What is our relationship with ourselves in this life? That is the true question. So next, please. Yes. So as we are practicing this mindfulness, the last talk I shared with you this chart. And I make some suggestions. As to when you wake up, what should you do? Should you wake up and wash your face immediately? So one of the things that I advise many of my friends do is, when you wake up in meditation, you brush your teeth, the nature of your mind and body for that day. Then you can get up and do other things. And as you wash up, you can be mindful. As you have breakfast, you can be mindful. Keep your company work out of the breakfast. Don't have breakfast in your company before you get to your office with your family, right? To work in the real work, in the real office. I have talked to many people who tell me that they are very stressed. Who tell me that the work that they are doing is with them all the time. And this shows up on the face. They are not able to cut off from the work. So the stress follows them from the office back into the house. And even when they want to sleep, when they are trying to get some relaxation and rejuvenation from the sleep, the work appears in their dreams. This is a sure formula for a stressful life. Sure, you're going to be stressed. Why? You cannot cut off from those things that are giving you distress. So the important thing now is be very efficient in your life. Be able to cut off and be with yourself and your calm nature, because we have a calm nature, we have a happy nature. Brothers and sisters, do you remember your childhood? Many of us were very happy during our childhood days, and those childhood memories are still there. You know, the calmness, the happiness, the peace, that we experience are still there. The trick, the skill is how to cut other things off so that we can go back to that original calm, original happiness. Because if you can't do that, you will be inviting stress and anxiety into your lives. So for the people who approach me after my talks, they tell me, I'm really stressed. What can I do? Yeah. I tell them, if you can take time off, I would like to teach you mindfulness. Go back into yourselves, go back into your mind, and cut these things away until it is time for you to go to work. When you go to work, you go to work. When you go to work, don't think about eating. Don't think about relaxing. When you go to work, concentrate on your work. There was somebody, I think in the past talks, who asked, we are young people, and we want to be successful in life. How can our mind be in all these mindfulness things all the time when we are supposed to be working? There was a survey, which I've taken down the slide, by the Harvard Medical School. And the Harvard Medical School survey, the research showed us that many human beings are dreaming, are doing something which they are not aware of. They are daydreaming 47% of their lives. So 47% is almost like half. So it is a fact that half of our lives, we are not there with ourselves. And when we are not there with ourselves, we are not doing things that we can concentrate on. Because we are daydreaming, we allow our minds to run here and there. It is not living 100%. You're only living 50% of your life. In fact, I think for some people who are very, very stressed, they are living less of their lives. They are not living real, full lives. Because all these thoughts, all these stresses, all these anxieties, are now coming into their minds. They can't sleep properly. They can't relax properly. So the formula is, when you are practicing mindfulness, let your mindfulness come in at the right time. When you got to work, when you got to plan, then you plan. When you got to walk, you walk. When you got to calm your mind, you calm your mind. And you will see that your life will be a lot more fulfilling and beneficial and efficient. Because when it is time to do your planning about life, such as you want to know how much money you have, you want to balance your accounts, you want to balance your bank book, and you are dreaming, that is not right. Then you won't have a true picture of where you are financially. So do the work that you have to do, with 100% of awareness. When you do your work, be there. Give your boss 100% of your work, and your boss will notice it. I'm very sure. But when you are home, give the awareness to the things that you must do. When you are having dinner with your family, please have dinner with your family. And that will make you very fulfilled as a family man. When you are enjoying a drink or something, coffee with your friends, Please have coffee with your friends wholeheartedly. Yeah, don't think about work when you are having coffee. Don't think about other duties when you are with your friends. In that way, your life will be 100% life. That is why I asked the question, who did you have breakfast with this morning? On a Sunday morning, you should not be having breakfast with your boss. You should be having breakfast with yourself. That is the important point I am trying to make. Yeah, I'm not asking that you are going into mindfulness so often, yeah, that you do not have time to advance yourself, yeah, professionally. I'm not asking that. What I'm asking is, no matter what you do, be mindful. Give your mind to that activity, that thought, that focus, yeah, with concentration. And then you will find that your life is actually working out pretty well. Yeah, it's an important skill to have. Yeah, so that you will escape. You will not have stresses follow you. Because if you take this stress into your personal time, yeah, you will be having uh, not good health, as I explained to you in a short while. So take a look at this chart. You can do work, you can have your lunch mindfully, and then go back to your work with 100% effort, and you will see what a success you are going to be. Next, please. So I found this chart, yeah, in that when you practice things such as here commuting, waiting for the LRT, are you also maybe driving to work? Do the 3-minute check. If you are commuting, yeah, sitting in a bus, sitting in an LRT, take 3 minutes to position yourself in that LRT, in that vehicle, just for 3 minutes. Yeah, where that is, if you are riding on the bus. If you are driving, maybe you cannot do 3 minutes. But what you need to do is make sure you are positioning yourself in that place, in that time. So even when you are brushing your teeth, take the 3 minutes to really brush your teeth. So I would like to ask you the question, when you start brushing your teeth, do you know where in your mouth you start? Do you start here, you start here, you start here, or you... Many people don't know. It is such an automatic activity that they don't know where they are really brushing in their teeth. So they are not there. They are not brushing their teeth. They are just doing this, and then finish, and then go on to the next thing. So take the 3 minutes of attention time and give it to your brushing. So when you are also drinking your coffee in the morning, give it the 3-minute attention time. Drink the coffee. Yeah. Is it different from yesterday's coffee? Is it too sweet? Is it too hot? Yeah. Is it different from the other coffees that you notice it? Be aware of the coffee. And as you are walking, yeah, try to give it 3 minutes. And if your 3 minutes is up, you think 3 minutes is not enough, give it another 3 minutes. And the point is to really live your lives well. Next, please. So now let me take you through the benefits of mindfulness. If we are really able to be with ourselves throughout the day, knowing what we are doing, our minds will center, our minds will come back to the activity that we are doing, and we will do it well. But there are times when you should do formal meditation as well. Not more than half an hour, unless you have a good teacher. Yeah, because if you go too long, you might not know how to manage your meditation. But if you have a good teacher to advise you, to guide you, you can do it for hours. So for now, if you don't have a good teacher, and I'm just communicating to you online for the time being, when you do your formal sitting, yeah, the maximum time span is half an hour, yeah, so that you don't over concentrate your mind, yeah, in this breathing or rising and falling, whatever you are doing for that moment. Mindfulness is being found, and I'm sharing with you material, yeah, that has been studied, yeah, by researchers. It is found that mindfulness improves the person's well-being. Mindful people find it easier to deal with adverse events. That means difficult events. When difficulty presents itself, this person is not lost. Yeah, doesn't go to pieces, start crying and all that sort of thing. He or she will not do that because he or she is used to being centered. So even when people bring bad news to this person, he will center himself and then he will look at what is happening in the present moment. It is such an important skill to have, my dear brothers and sisters, because we are going through a hard time. Yeah, we are going through this pandemic, and we know that many people are not coping well, yeah, with the present situation. There are suicides per day, many suicides. So we must learn how to center ourselves when bad news comes to us, yeah, so that we can take the appropriate action and not get lost and tense and stressed until we don't know what to do. Mindfulness is awakeness, and this being awake shines the light on the problem so that we really know how to cope. Being comfortable in the here and the now enables one to be less likely to worry. And this is an important thing. Have you ever found yourself worrying when you are doing other things? Yeah, as I've said, when you start the day by having breakfast, are you already worrying? That is not a healthy practice. Don't worry when you don't have to worry. Yeah, put everything in its time slots. When it's time to work and worry, yeah, think about what to do professionally, then only you do it. It is not easy to have your mind listen to you in this way, but with practice, it can be done. So it says here, you will be less preoccupied and concerned about successes and self-esteem, and you can better form deep connections with others when you are practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness improves your physical health. Yeah, and scientists have discovered that mindfulness practice helps improve physical health in many ways. Yeah, that I will share with you in the next slide. You will be surprised at how, please listen to this, mindfulness can keep you young. And it's scientifically proven by a Nobel Prize winner, not just any scientist. This is a Nobel Prize winner. And if you want to follow up, yeah, please listen carefully, and then you can go and do your own research. Because if you practice mindfulness well, you will be able to improve your sleep. You will be able to see worry as a worry, and I'll show you worry as a worry, thinking as a thought, yeah, happiness as a happiness too. They will be appearing as what they are in your eyes. Yeah, you will be able to recognize it. When you start wrongly recognizing worry as an important thought in your life, that's when you cross your wire and you get a short circuit. But when you see, this is a worry thought, this is an anxiety thought, this is a thought for work, this is a planning thought, you know what they are, and you can allow them to happen the way that you want it to happen. Mindfulness also improves mental health. That means you can avoid depression, anxiety, disorders of all kinds of all forms if you are mindful. If you know what they are, if you know when they appear and how they appear, you will know, this is a stressful thought coming. And then you can have the freedom to accept or not to accept. If you want to accept, then you can take this stressful thought and solve the problem. Rather than have the stressful thought follow you here and there, like like a dog that is wants attention. My dog, when it wants attention, actually my cat, when my cat wants attention, he will follow me up and down, up and down. Then when I rub it, stroke it, and then it feels very happy. Then he will leave me alone until it wants another stroking. So this is the way that we take control of our lives, by being awake, by being aware. Next, please. This is the research that I told you about. This scientist, Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, discovered, and for this, she was awarded the Nobel Prize, the nature of the chromosome. The chromosome is our genetic material, and it is in the form, can you take a look at the X? It is kind of like an X. And at the end of the X, here, where our genetic material, our DNA and all that is kept, at the end of this X shape, there is a stopper. And this stopper here in the picture, they have rendered it in pink. They are called telomeres. The telomeres keep the genetic material inside the chromosome. But it has been found, the more stress you encounter, the pink telomeres get less and less until holes start to appear, and then the genetic material, our DNA, will leak out of the chromosome. When that happens, the chromosome decays, then degrades. And when chromosomes degrade, we get old very, very fast. Now, this research and the magazine here I've shown, Scientific American, found it's been proven by Western research. When you do mindfulness meditation, the pink telomeres, the stoppers, the cork of the bottle, either remain the same or they get even more thicker and stronger and keep the genetic material as it is for a longer period of time. And what is the result? The result is that person stays looking young and acting young for a longer period of time. Of course, we all have to grow old. We cannot escape growing old. But there are some people, surprisingly, actually not surprisingly, because of their mindfulness meditation, they look young. And this is a fact that I have actually noticed. My meditation teachers look surprisingly young. And they don't have to put cream and lotion, very expensive stuff on their face. It is through the practice that not only do they look younger than the actual years, they glow with health and happiness. So why is that? It's been explained by a Nobel Prize winner. This is the reason. Our chromosomes that contain our DNA and genetic material in the cells, they are being preserved by that wholesome state of mind called mindfulness. Now you can see that teeth biting down on the piece of vegetable or the piece of meat, look at it and understand it and keep your mind there, mindfully there. So incorporate it into your life. The formal one could be the rising and falling. Do it for about 15 minutes in the morning. And when you finish your work, you are relaxed at home, do it for about half an hour, in the evenings. And then you will see that the mind, Vedana. It is not the body sensations that I've already talked about in the previous slide. Anything that you feel hot, anything that is itchy, if you get a mosquito bite, that is in the previous slide. Those are called body sensations. Because when a mosquito bites you, it is painful. And after the mosquito flies away, sensations. Now, we go into feelings. This feeling is very, very interesting. And we will see that the feelings, they govern our lives. They control our lives because we are looking, since the day we are born, we are looking for pleasant feelings. And what do we do? Or with the opposite, unpleasant feelings, we run away from it. What is this feeling? Whenever we see things, whenever we hear things, whenever we think about things, taste things, touch things, smell things, we get a feeling. And where is that feeling? It is the reaction to the smelling, to the seeing, to the hearing, to the tasting, to the touching, to also the mind, the thinking. We can get nice feeling by simply thinking about nice things. So it is a nice feeling that we get. It is in Pali, Vedana. It is not a physical feeling. That one already talked about. Now this is the mental feeling, sensation or reaction that we get in the body, which is produced by the mind. So right now, I hope you are feeling pleasant. You have a pleasant feeling as you are listening to the talk. You are feeling happy and pleasant and comfortable. So that is the feeling. When you start thinking about things that are not nice, you will get another. My dear brothers, Dhamma brothers and sisters, we are attracted to things that give us pleasant, nice feelings. We are controlled by this. We want to run away from the unpleasant, the not nice, the painful feelings. That is another great motivation in our lives. So what do? We must be aware when these feelings arise. So when you drink coffee, look out for the reaction, because coffee touches our tongue. The minute feeling, Vedana, get an unpleasant feeling around our heart area. I don't like this. I want to run away. But when we understand what it is, we see it for its natural form, its characteristic. When we hear, we get unpleasant. When we like, we get pleasant. Whoever it is. Sometimes when we see people we like, nice feeling. You call up your friend, hey, you get a pleasant feeling. I hope you understand this. And our lives are determined by this. Why do we work? Why do we take on? Why do we slog so hard? So that we can buy things that gives us pleasant feelings. Why do we move out of a particular area? Yeah, we resign from a company to find another job, because in that company, yeah, when we go in there, we get unpleasant feelings. I don't like it anymore. Of course, you can go to another job because it is a better prospects. What is better prospects? Better prospects is pleasant feelings. We begin to understand it. Then we can control ourselves. Even though there is a pleasant feeling, I'm not going to run away. Why? It's only a feeling and it is not permanent. Eventually, the feeling will go off. Another feeling will replace it. Maybe it will be a pleasant feeling. So we are not controlled by this type of feelings. Yeah. And you can see that you will be more centered, more in control of your life because of your understanding, your awareness of feelings. Next, please. And then there are the thoughts and intentions. Many people will say, oh, when I try to meditate, so many thoughts come into my mind. Well, the reality is, this is the nature of the mind. Because we have not cultivated, we have not trained the mind, we have allowed throughout our lives, whatever thoughts come, we allow them to come. So now is the time. Use your awareness to understand the thoughts. So, are you able to know when a particular thought appears in your mind and when it disappears? Can you watch your mind just for that short time? Here is a thought about the Buddha. Here is a thought about my car. Did I lock my car? Oh, there's another thought. Here is a thought about lunch that's coming up. I'm thinking about lunch. What shall I eat? That's another thought. So all these thoughts keep coming. And when we are not aware of the thoughts control us. So what I'm saying, dear brothers and sisters, is bring awareness comfortably onto the thoughts. And then you will understand its true nature. It comes and goes. It is not permanent. It is temporary. It is, as the Buddha said, anicca. So these thoughts will come happily. These thoughts will go happily. Just be aware. And when you are aware of these thoughts, when you shine your mindfulness spotlight on the thoughts, when you are not aware of the thoughts, when you have no mindfulness, your thoughts will have a merry time, coming in, running here, running there, and disturbing you. But when you are aware of your thoughts, you can see it's they penetrate into your mind. Never mind, watch them. They are another subject for your mindful awareness. So just be aware. I'm thinking like this, I'm thinking like that. Do they have a form, the thoughts? How do they come into your mind? Investigate this. Look at it. How does it come into being? And then the intentions. We can't get through life without intention. You have the intention to listen, you are listening. So look out for that. Everything we do must be preceded by an intention. I want to move my hand, there's an intention. So look at the intentions. So look at all these things that are appearing in the mind. Yeah. But if they get overwhelming, if they are too much, when you put your attention to the thoughts and your feelings and they are too much, go back to your in-breath and out-breath. That is your protection object, your mother object. Yeah, if you can handle the thoughts, look at the thoughts. But if the thoughts get too much, start to overtake you, go back to your in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, out-breath. Next, please. And lastly, we look at our mental states. Are you angry? Are you happy? Are you jealous? I think by now, my dear brothers and sisters, you are getting what I am trying to drive at. It is based on who is going. And after a while, believe me, you will be in control of your life. Because those things that are disturbing, don't give them attention. You can see it, but don't give them so much attention. Those things that more attention. So your mind will know what to do, the right thing to do. So emotions and mental states can be a little bit complicated. And so when you are very skilled in watching your rising and falling, you can give some attention to it when it comes. For example, in the morning when you start your meditation, your mental state is sleepiness. So be aware of the sleepiness. You can be aware of sleepiness because it is a mental state, right? So these are the components of your mindfulness, practice. The mother object is there. Your protection object is either your in-breath, out-breath, or your rising and falling, your breathing in, breathing out. Because they are neutral, they will protect your mind. The thoughts and the emotions are very naughty. If you are not skillful, they will go further and further. So with the mindfulness, you will know what they are. And when you know what they are, they cannot catch hold of you. Do the walking, left, right foot, left foot, right foot, and then you can go back to calming the mind. And after calming the mind, you watch all these things because they are always there in your mind and body. Sensations and thoughts, intentions, emotions, feelings. So we are looking at seeing the reality as the Buddha taught anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Yeah. We don't have much time now, but this is the way the Buddha taught us to see reality. The more we stay there with my view, the thoughts of the happiest man in the world, Venerable Matthew Ricard, he says, every moment of our lives is of immense value. Yet we allow the time we have left, like fine gold, slip between our fingers. What could be sadder than being empty-handed? We don't hold this gold, in our hand. And when the time comes for us to pass away, nothing in our hand. Meaning to say, we haven't made full use of the time that we have. Let's know how priceless every second of life is. And that is through mindful awareness. Be mindful. And when you can find a good teacher, increase your practice of mindfulness. Then you will be in control of your life. Next, please. Yes, I was hoping to put in some practice, and I am determined to. Dear brothers and sisters, let us do a little bit of practice. Please sit comfortably wherever you are. Sit comfortably. Now your palms, if you can, put it on your knees or put it on your lap. And when you put it on your lap, feel the sensation of your palms. Feel the sensation of your palm. Can you feel something? Put your mind on those eyes or half close your eyes. But don't look at anything. Bring your mind to your palms. Just relax your mind. Feel your palms. Then right palm, what's happening? Left palm, what's happening? And then feel your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the movement. Breathing in, breathing out. But if you feel that the abdomen is very clear, then you put your awareness on the abdomen. Rising, falling. Rising, falling. And then you will realize that thoughts are coming in. Don't be angry at your thoughts. Watch the thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts. How do they come in? When do they start? When do they disappear? And you will see that they are impermanent things. They are just little bits of mental energy. But we give our thoughts a lot of strength. How do we do that? We give the thoughts a lot of strength by giving thoughts attention. If you turn your attention away from the thoughts, you will see that they just flip, gone, flip, gone, flip, gone. It is a very natural thing. And then they will keep coming back because they are used to coming and coming and coming in your minds. But when your mind goes to a neutral object like your palm, on your knees, and you're rising and falling, you're breathing in and breathing out, they cannot come in so much. But if they do come in, don't kick them out. welcome them and say, this is a thought. This is a feeling. It is a pleasant feeling or it's an unpleasant feeling. Or this is a mental state. I'm sleepy or I am feeling very alert. Yeah, I am feeling very happy or I'm feeling a little bit sad. They are all mental visitors. They come and then they go. The trouble is we give them too much attention and we grasp them as ours. This is our mistake. This is unskillful. So when we can let them go, our minds will come back to our own calmness. Even when we walk left, right, they will come in, but we don't give them so much attention. When do we give them attention? When it's time to tend to them. Start thinking about your work. Start your planning. Yeah. Start your strategizing. Give that time. That's the time. And when you have already strategized, because you can't do it for long. If you start planning for 1 hour, you will feel very tired. Go back to your rising, falling, your touching of the palms, your breathing in, breathing out. And you will see your lives take on a different tone. You can see that your life will be much more satisfying. Your lives will be much more in control, of yourself. You will feel happier and you will also feel healthier. Because the unwholesome emotions cannot catch you if your mind is aware. That is basically throughout these 4 talks. And if you can refer back to the first talk and the other 2 also, you can see that the overriding message is be aware and know yourself. That is the best way to live. That's why the Buddha said, my disciples, when they walk, they walk. When they sit, they sit. When they eat. That's why they are so happy. Yeah. And the person who asked the question, why are they so happy? The Buddha said, when they walk, they walk. When they sit, they sit. When they eat, they eat. That is why they are so happy. So, dear brothers and sisters, practice this as much as you can so that we can bring happiness and steadiness into our lives. Thank you for your kind attention.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Brother Sanchai, for the very interesting, very educational, insightful, inspirational talk this morning with very profound explanation on how we can truly be alive in our life with so many practical advice on how we can face the reality of our life instead of running away to the various form of escapism. Your talk this morning, Brother Sanchai, on who are you having breakfast with also reminded me of a talk that I heard from Achan Pramawamso years ago, that who is the most important person in your life?
Yes.
He said the most important person in your life is the very person that you are with at that very moment. There seems to be some semblance there, Brother Sanchai.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Achang Brahm. Yeah, he's also my teacher.
Yeah, thank you so much. We shall now proceed with the Q&A session. Because of a time constraint, I think one question from Klang and Coast Buddhist Association. For married couple with kids, they tend to do catch up during dinner about what's the challenge or happening at work. Is this a healthy approach?
I cannot give the answer because the answer must come from you. Is you must decide whether this is healthy or not. Because if this approach is not making your family happy, it is not the right approach. So you have to see. Yeah. Nowadays, there was a Chinese New Year advertisement. Everybody seated at the table and all with their mobile phone. Yeah, and then sometimes they will message, please pass me the soya sauce. By messaging each other, we have become like that. And to me, yeah, it is not a very skillful thing to be so much controlled by the electronic device. Very often, the last thing we see before we sleep and the first thing we see when we wake up, tell me what it is. It's your electronic device. It's your mobile phone, your handphone. We are controlled by this thing. So is it making you happy? That's the thing. Many people do not understand what the Buddha taught about being totally present in this moment. The Buddha gave a very deep teaching. And we are only listening to the surface of the Buddha's teachings. If we go deeper and deeper into the Buddha's teachings, the result is we will become happier and happier. So, but I don't know. Some people, when you take away their mobile phones, they get a very unhappy feeling. And they don't know how to operate during the day. Yeah, I tell you this because it happens to me. When my mobile phone it breaks down, yeah, or I leave it in the house, I feel something is missing. Where is my? I touch there, touch there. Where is my phone? Yeah, and then I will look for the messages. Then I realize when I put my mindfulness to it that it is not the right way. So there are times it's good you keep in touch with so many people, so many groups, so many of your colleagues. Yeah, and I have many chat groups of this Buddhist group, that Buddhist group. Sometimes I'm not sure which ones I should attend to. But anyway, the point is, if you are happy with it, there's not much I can say. But the point is, as I have mentioned, are you there with your family? Can your family communicate with each other? Are you able to be in touch with your family? That's the main thing. And if you really want to be in touch with your family, ask them to put down all these things, right, and face one another and really catch up and talk to each other, and be with each other and enjoy that time together. So don't bring the electronic device to the dinner table. Don't do that. After you finish dinner, wash up, put away all the pots and pans and plates, and then you can go back to it. But sometimes we are so attached. It's not attached. I use the word addicted. This is an addiction. We are so addicted to it that we cannot live without it. So make the choice. Make the choice. What do you really want? If you think family time is important, then put it away and connect with your family. Talk to them. Reach out to them as human beings, who had things to tell you, to share with you, and you can also share with them. But don't, cut them off. Just looking at the screen. That is not healthy. I also come to realize, as I grow older and older, time is not very much on our side. And it is important for us to really reach out to our friends, personally, and whatever way that you can, but not really as a electronic. Sometimes it's good to catch up or with teh tarik or something, so that we can really look at each other and talk to each other, yeah, and appreciate each other, yeah, rather than a sentence on the screen there. Yeah. But that is my feeling, that is my opinion, which I can share with you. But you have to make up your mind, yeah, what is important in your life. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Sangchai, for the very good answer to a very good questions. And
Very
my
hard to
apology.
hard to control.
Due to time constraint, we are not able to answer all the questions. That's my apology to those who have asked the questions. So sorry about it. Once again, thank you so much to Brother Sangchai for the very interesting, very educational, very inspiring, insightful talk this morning. That give us very good tips on the secret of how to be truly alive in our life, to improve our physical and mental well-being, like Brother Sangchai say, which can also slow down our aging process. Thank you so much, Brother Sangchai. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much, Brother Sanchai. Thank you, thank you. Oh, wow, it has been a very interesting talk, and thank you to those who have participated uh, in this morning's Buddha service and listening to the Dharma talk. So remember, be aware of our thoughts and actions, brothers and sisters. With the merits accrued, let us share and dedicate the merits to all living and departed relatives, families, and friends. Let us dedicate merits to those who have fallen ill due to the COVID-19. May they have a speedy recovery. To all the frontliners, for example, the doctors and the nurses at the hospitals, may they be free from harm and danger. Sharing of merits. Imang no punya bagang mata pitunancha acharya nancha sabba satanancha sabba mitanancha sabba nyadinancha sabba petanancha sabba devatanancha Bajema Imang no punya bagang Sabba satanang dema Sabbe sata sukita hontu Idang me nyatinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Idang me nyatinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Idang me nyatinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya Idang me punyang asavakaya vahang hotu Idang me punyang nibbanasa pacayo hotu Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, before we end, let us pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang Pujemi. Dhammang pujemi, Sanghang pujemi. To all devotees, thank you very much for participating with the responses of all the lights of love, and the responses in the comments box was very good. Please help me to thank the speaker, Brother Tan Sang Chai, for the wonderful talk. We have come to the end of this 59 online Sunday Buddha Puja service. We will continue with the Sunday Buddha Puja service next Sunday, 19th of August. You may share the link with your family and friends. Please refer to the Facebook, whether it's SJBA or your own society's Facebook, for the information. With the COVID-19 pandemic, we hope you will continue to stay safe, stay home. May you and family be safe, well, happy, and peaceful always. Suki Hontu, goodbye. Sabe Sata Sukita Hontu.